Hello, so I'm going to start this off by making a set of these R33 Skyline GTST calipers. We'll start it off with the Sumitomo front calipers. We're going to do the seals and then bolt them back together. Fresh zinc hardware. So getting to it first, we need to make sure we've got everything all nice and cleaned up. So you've got the front of the caliper, the rear of the caliper, 4 caliper bolts, the bleeder valve and cover, bit of blue roll to help keep the brake fluid in, a little bit of brake fluid, the O-rings for inside, the pistons, the dust boots, the little clips that hold them on, and the 2 little seals for in between the 2 calipers. So here we are, got the front of the caliper, and what I want to do is I want to grab our first O-ring and dip in a bit of brake fluid just to lube it up. Nice. And then inside the caliper here there is a groove, and you just want to place the O-ring inside there. Just like that. Make sure it's seated all the way around, and grab your second one and do the same on the other side. There we have it, 2 of those in there. Next up, what you want to do is grab your piston, your first piston, get just a little dab of brake fluid and cover it up just to lube that up as well, and then get it signed just nicely. And then what you want to do is just push that in, not all the way because you need to get the dust boot on. And we'll grab the second piston, again a little bit of brake fluid, rub it around just to lube it up, and into the other side. Push that in just like that, nicely. So as you can see, still a little groove out ready for the dust boot. Now go ahead, grab your dust boot, and what you want to do is you want to get this little bit here into the ring on the piston. Make sure that's set on nicely there, just like that. And your other one, just like that. So now you have them both seated nicely. You want to get it over and put it over right to the bottom of there now. Push the piston in a little bit further to there, and then the boot will slide straight over there nicely. Now you can push the piston further in, and the same on the other one. There we go. Make sure they're seated fully down. There we have it. Make sure the pistons are pushed all the way in now. That should hold the boot on nicely. And you want to grab your metal clips. These just come apart. So you caliper side up and pull them apart. Put them over the bottom. Slide one over, hold it in place. Slide the top over. These can be a bit difficult. But there we have it, so we have it on. And just grab a Phillips screwdriver, I find, to just make sure it's fully seated around the side. And then do the same with the other one. he says. So, making sure they're sat just nicely, holding onto the boot. They aren't going anywhere. Now onto the next one. So here we are again, same thing pretty much. Get the O-ring in the groove, put the piston in, put the dust boot on, and then the spring to hold it on. So again, grab your O-ring, dunk it in the brake fluid to lubricate it up, then slide it into the groove. There we have that, both of them in there. Piston again, a little bit of brake fluid around it, and that goes in there. Not quite all the way again, just leaving a little bit at the top there for the boot. Go ahead and grab your boots and put them on just like the other ones. Push it down to the bottom, grab your rings again and just put them on. And there we have it, the other side complete. Now that we have both half of the calipers here, we want to be putting in the two little seals that come with the kit. You can see them. They want to go one on here and one in here, so then when you put the calipers together, that seals it in there. Go ahead and grab your brake fluid that you had earlier and just dunk them in. Don't need too much, just a nice amount, and sit them in their place. And the second one in there. Now that you have them together like that, what you want to do is you want to put the back piece on top of the front piece and line it up. And once you have it lined up, grab your bolts and put them through. And just start by hand tightening them down. So from what I've heard, there isn't actually an official torque figure for these, it's just tighten them up tight but not too tight. Then when you get to there, put your bleeder valve back in. And the cap back on. And there you have it. A Sumitomo Nissan Skyline R33 GTST front caliper. So here we have the rear caliper. We have the front, the rear, the two O-ring seals for the piston, the two pistons, two dust shields, two clips to keep them on, and the two seals for in between the calipers as well. So let's start on the front of the caliper again. Piston seal, bit of brake fluid, just to lubricate it, and then into the cylinder of the caliper, making sure you get that nicely seated all the way around there again. And grab your piston, a little bit of brake fluid just to lubricate it, and place that inside. Go ahead and grab your dust boot, push that all the way in, and get the dust boot into the groove around the outside of there as well. Go ahead and grab your little snap ring again, making sure it's on just nicely. There we have it, the front is made. Put that to the side and grab your rear. And same again as the other side. Seal, piston, boot, ring. So once you have them all made up, go ahead and grab your two sealing rings to seal the two halves together. A little bit of brake fluid, sit it in its place. A bit of brake fluid, sit in its place. When you got them in the place, go ahead and grab the rear of the caliper, line it up and sit it on top. And put your bolts in. So then there we have it, all tightened up, ready to go. Just need to put the bleeder screw back in. Let's give it a slight nip just to hold it. And place the dust cap on. There we have it. The rear caliper all resealed and built back up. And there we have it, all four calipers rebuilt and ready to go back on the car. Thank you for watching.